Hi everyone, I'm Priyanka and welcome to Founder Stories with me, where I talk to bootstrap founders about their marketing and growth journeys and how they went from zero to one. Today I'm talking to two super founders who are Devin and Utsav, founders of SuperGrow.ai that helps you grow your audience on LinkedIn. So I am very excited to talk to them. Hope you are as excited to listen to this entire segment because at the end there's something really interesting. So I would want you to listen till the end. On that note, I would like to welcome Devin and Utsav. Okay, hi Devin, hi Utsav, and thank you for
Hello.
joining me in the podcast today. So I know I've been following your journey for a long time, and especially in the last couple of weeks, I saw, of course, your number one product hunt launch, and before that, of course, I was following you on Facebook as well with your LTD launch. That also went really well, isn't
Okay.
it? So tell me, how did you guys come across, come about the idea of Supergrow, first of all? And how did you guys meet? I would really want to know how did you guys partner up and start this journey?
Okay. Okay. First of all, thanks, Priya, for inviting us. I'm pretty excited. Yeah. Just to give you a little context, right? So we both Utsav and I were building a Twitter tool before. Like I was building Honeypot,
Mhm.
and Utsav was building Twitsify, right? So we both were building a tool, and it was growing it grew to so my tool grew to like $200 $300 MRR, and subs also tool grew, right? So it was growing at a good rate, but suddenly what happened like last in 2020 second end of 2020 2022, right? So Elon Musk came and he basically started changing everything inside Twitter, right? So in January or February, I don't remember the exact December, but he basically increased the price
Yes.
of Twitter API to 44,000 per dollars for 44,000 per month,
Yeah.
$44,000 per month. Yeah. So that was the price, right? So, and it is like we cannot give that, we cannot pay that much, right?
No, even I was
So
very shocked. So we were also doing a product with respect to where we had taken a Twitter API for a help desk
yeah.
that we were making, and we were literally surprised and shocked to see what is this amount that you have brought. Like you really don't want anybody to make tools over Twitter.
Yes. Yeah. So that time, right? There is a community called Indian Indie Hackers community on WhatsApp, right? So we both were part of that community, right? So we both were interacting with a lot of different folks there, right? So at the same time, like this whole Twitter fiasco happened, like Elon Musk came and killed every startup, like almost every startup, right? So then Utsav reached out to me and said, "Hey, let's see something. Let's build something together, right?" So then we started exploring a lot of different ideas. I think Utsav, correct me if I'm wrong. We explored like 10 different products, right?
Yeah,
Like
it was more than 10.
it was more than 10 years, right? So like
Yeah.
ranging from Shopify app to like an onboarding tool, right? We explored a lot of different ideas, like so and yeah, so we so before even building something, right? What we were doing, like we were basically trying to build our own personal brand, right? We were trying to do that in Twitter, we were trying to do that on LinkedIn, right? So we were already doing that, right? But
Mhm.
at the same time, we saw there are a lot of tools which we were using, which were there on Twitter, right? But there were very few tools on LinkedIn,
Mhm.
right? And like we actually explored quite a different tools. There were like two, three tools that time, and we basically checked the all the tools, and we found all of these tools, content creation was really, really bad,
Mhm. Yeah.
right? That is the core, that is what we felt, right? The
That is
core
what
feature
drives the
of
entire engagement and all the social
exactly,
media.
right. So the content creation quality was bad, and at the same time, Utsav was doing basically the market research, and he found out it's a huge opportunity, and also at the same time, it's easier to distribute the product, because like if we start building it, like we just have to like build in public, do it, create our own brand, and we can like get more customers on link for that particular tool, right? So then we started using different competitor tools, and we didn't like it, to be honest, right? They were very pricey. At the same time, their content creation was very shitty, right? I don't know, I shouldn't use this word, but it was totally shitty, right? So then then we created a very basic product, right? Like we created a very basic product. The whole point of that product was like we will just figure out a way to create a good, better quality content.
Yeah.
That was the only feature,
This
right? And
happened
then
when?
suddenly,
This happened when? Like,
last year, Utsav, I think February or March, I forgot.
so last
Yeah,
year,
March or
somewhere
April.
around March or April,
March or April, yes. March
2023.
or April,
Yep.
yeah.
That is when you
Yeah,
launched
yeah.
the MVP, basically.
Yes. So yeah, that's how the inception happened. Like Utsav may add few more details.
So if you have to
No, I think yeah,
summarize SuperGrow, like how would you summarize it at the starting of your journey with SuperGrow? Yeah.
yeah. I think how do I summarize? But yeah, they even covered everything in detailed, and that's what we did. We were bullish on creators economy while
Mhm.
building Twitter tool. We identified that creators are going to be the next big thing
Yeah,
for
definitely.
businesses, right? When it comes
Absolutely.
to generating
Yeah.
leads, or yeah,
You
we
create
started
that
super.
loop as well, right? I mean, with creators, they are the ones who become your brand ambassadors as well. So you kind of create that growth loop inside your product. So yeah, that's, I believe
Exactly.
that is one of the most amazing ideas that you had. So how, tell me about how did you get your first, like, did you launch MVP first, or did you first, test your idea out with a couple of people and then you built the product?
Like I think we did both. Like we
Yeah.
launched it on Twitter and LinkedIn. We at the same time like Utsav and I were doing like a lot of demos initially, right? So we used
Yep.
to do like probably like almost 10 plus demos that time every week, right? So we were doing both that time. Yeah.
So basically, you were taking it parallelly. You had already launched
Yeah.
MVP and you were testing it
Yes,
out
yes,
with your
yes.
users as well.
Yeah, it's so that is the best
Yeah.
part. Like what happened with us, like when we launched the basic product, right? We got a lot of signups.
Mhm.
Like we got signups from some of the biggest content creators from India,
Oh,
right?
amazing.
Uh, yeah, like I don't know how they basically got to know about our product and they
You
basically just
didn't
signed up.
market it. So you didn't market it like on LinkedIn and other.
We used to post about it. We were very regular, right? Like we used to post about
Yep.
it on Twitter, LinkedIn, but it was all through our own post initially. Like initially, it was all through our post, right? So that's how it was. I think there was so much demand, like so much white space in the market. Like no, everyone was actually looking for a like a second option, second or
Even
third
me,
option.
even me. So it's not a very surprising factor to understand that yes, people were coming. There was a huge market demand. There was a huge white space.
Yeah,
You guys just went for it. Good.
discovered it. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so your first customers that they came were, did you had you already launched a pricing plan, or did you take it?
So initially we did not launch the pricing plan. It was free, right? So at least for 2 3 months it was free. Like we were just
Yeah.
trying to get the feedback, figure out like whether people actually love the content which we created, right? So at the same time, like we were doing like a lot of demos, right? So it's an interesting story, right? So I one of my friend actually he like we basically never talked for like 4 to 5 years. Like I talked to him like 4 5 years ago, and he basically saw my post, and he basically wanted to get a demo, right? And I gave him a demo. By the time the demo was done, he basically became our first customer. I saw that like we basically saw the first Stripe notification on our
Yeah,
email.
notification. Yeah.
So so yeah, I think that was the first customer. Like after that, like I think like, there's a long story, right? Which I think Utsav can probably help. Like there is like we started getting like two to three customers every month. I actually forgot like how many customers did we get like the next month. I actually forgot.
Yeah.
So
Even I
that
don't know. Yeah, the numbers
Yeah,
I don't know, but
that is
probably
amazing. I
to
mean,
answer your question.
from one customer, like just one paying customer to go to the stage where you don't even remember how many customers. I think that's an absolutely dream come true journey, don't you think? And I can see that on
yeah,
your
it is.
also. So
Yeah.
yeah, amazing.
Yeah, I think first ones are always good. Like we, like me and
Yeah.
like we both were like Utsav and I were like, literally like jumping. Like when got that first Stripe notification, right? We were like the like I don't know, like it was not that much. Like it was just $15, right? Utsav?
Yep, $15. Yeah.
15. It was not that huge, like, but it felt like we have achieved everything.
Oh, absolutely. I get that feeling. The first payment, the first dollar that hits your account, it's a
Yeah,
wonderful.
and weirdly, like think about it. Like I haven't talked to this person for like 4 5 years. He saw my post on LinkedIn. So this is the power of content creation,
Content.
right? Like
Yeah,
you don't know like when exactly like somebody will read your content and he will try your product and he will have the same problem which you are actually talking about on somewhere, right? So it's actually sometimes weird, like because I come from a like engineering background, right? So for me, like it's hard to actually get this non-deterministic part of marketing, right? Like uh, what happens is like when we write code, right? Like we get the result, like we know whether this is going to work or not, right? Like we can test it out, right? But in marketing, it's you don't know, right? Like you cannot know like by once you are done with your activity whether this is going to be succeed, whether you will
successful.
be able to get the customers or not, right? So like it's I think for Utsav it was little different, but for me it was completely I didn't know like how come we get the first customer, because I didn't expect, to be honest, like somebody will read a one post from LinkedIn from us and he will just come to us and he will just subscribe and get subscribed. So it was really something, it was different. Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, not knowing also, not expecting something, and then you're getting like customers. It's absolutely an amazing start to take a head start itself. So
Yeah.
about like how did you guys like what are your responsibilities mostly in SuperGrow, both of you? Like, are you just two-member team or do you have others as well?
So initially we were like two, right? When we started, we were two. Like we used to do everything. Like major focus, like say for example, my major focus was product and tech.
Mhm.
Like Utsav focus was marketing. So we basically used to do everything, like from like customer support to like to content writing to everything, right? We used to do before everything, right? Now like we are seven, like we have like
Oh,
five other
wow.
people. Yeah, like we don't have like a full-time team members. We have like part-time members as of today.
Mhm.
But like the like it's little bit different. Like we are actually transitioning from a space where we used to do everything by ourselves. Now like we have like few people who are basically helping us to basically take this to the next level, right? So
Absolutely. When
yeah,
you start, it's everything. You are the programmer, you are the
yeah.
designer, you are the product manager, you are the marketer. Everything you have to do is like, give me some stability where I can focus on one particular thing and work on. But yeah, in the starting,
It's actually good, right?
it's actually good. You learn
Don't you
a lot.
think it's
Yeah.
so you are getting to do things which you are not qualified for, right? Like say for example, like I'm not qualified to do say for example do like to do content writing, right? I'm not qualified to do customer support, right? But I'm getting to do that, right? I'm getting to talk to users. I'm getting to know about them, right? So you, I don't think you can do such things anywhere else, right? Like because this is the only opportunity where you have the opportunity as well as you have the responsibility to do everything, right?
Exactly.
So it's sort of a double-edged sword, right? Like you get to do everything, but at the same time you have to learn to to do everything, right?
Yeah, like
So
you're not an
yeah,
expert in all of these fields, and you keep trying. You try to learn. You are learning
exactly.
at the same
Yes,
time. You are experimenting at the same time, and another
yes,
interesting aspect of
yeah,
indie hacking. And so,
yeah.
otherwise, Utsav, what about you? Like, do you have a engineering background or do you have a marketing background?
No, I don't have an engineering background. I don't understand code. I don't do code. Uh, so yeah, I did a bunch of things in my career, right? From marketing, everything non-tech,
Mhm.
I did support, success, sales, and marketing.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm not a coder
No, did you
per
ever
se.
get the urge of going and programming yourself?
I had this feeling, and I tried twice, I would say, to learn coding, but yeah, again, due to other responsibilities, I wasn't able to learn.
Yeah, but
But
I
yeah,
think
so far,
it
like
became a
it's
good combination, right? For you, you were now handling marketing and sales, etc., and
yeah,
handling your engineering, your programming aspect of it and coding.
exactly.
And I believe that somewhere, if you have a perfect combination of these two backgrounds, you can actually push your product really fast and take it to a lot of people. So you need one
100%.
person, yeah, you need one person who is actually shipping really fast, and you need one person who is actually promoting and marketing really, to the right target audience, etc. Like for example, I just recently saw Davis Bear, who was partnered with
Yeah,
Abhishek, right? So I saw
you
that
form.
yeah, Uform were creating Uform. They have this really good, combination. One who is really good at marketing, one who's really good at shipping products. So do you think this combination has helped you to grow this fast from like last July to today, like in February, March?
Yeah, I think definitely
Yeah, absolutely.
like definitely it
Yeah.
helps, right? So, but I also feel to be honest, I also feel like whosoever is starting the company like should learn like marketing. That's how I believe, right? So, like if you see, like also post on LinkedIn, I also post on Twitter, right? So my basically my thought process behind building a company is like I want to learn everything, like from marketing to product building and to basically to sales and everything, right? So that's my thought process, right? So, and I feel like as a founder it's your responsibility to be able to sell, right? Like you cannot, so what happens is like later like this whole division basically actually creates issues. That's what I've felt, right? If things work out well, then it's fine, but otherwise like it's create a lot of issues, right? What happens is you will start creating this you will start telling the other person, hey, this is not going good, this is not going great, right? You will start blaming each other. Like product will basically blame marketing guy, where marketing person will blame like product guy, right? So I think you need to have a specialization, but at the same time, I feel like the founder should be able to like express
Collaborate.
collaborate and also like be able to sell. That's how I feel. I don't know what Utsav feel, but I that's how I feel. Like everybody should be able to like sell. Like everybody should be able to talk to customers, get these sites. But because what I feel is, if the tech person, if he is not talking to customers, right, then he won't be able to build the product, right? That's how I feel, right?
Yeah,
Because they
absolutely.
need to talk to us, right? They need to talk to the customers, understand like what they want, understand what they are looking for, right? Understand like the positioning, the branding, and everything. Then that it basically helps you build the better product. That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Without customer feedback, I don't think you would have grown in that manner. And if you're just focused
Exactly.
on developing something, somebody has given you a requirement, that becomes
Exactly.
really
Exactly. Yeah.
straight focus. You do not know what your customers really want, and how
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
you can make your product for your customers, or make your
Yep.
product better for your customers. So
Yep.
how
Yep.
has
Yep.
your you said you started initially, like you just launched and then you were taking feedback from your customers. Did this feedback help you to gain more customers, to get how did this feedback mechanism work for you in terms of building your product and making it much better before, like specifically in your LTD launch and then your product hunt launch, because now
Oh,
you took a
LTD launch, like LTD launch was amazing. I think we did twice. Like I think Utsav will be able to tell you more about the LTD launch. But in terms of, if I talk about the product feedback, right? This like initial product feedback is gold mine,
Mhm.
right? Like it's
Hmm.
even better than getting the money, right? To be honest, like I don't think like if we if like you if you're not getting feedback from customers, even if you're getting like small feedback, that's also works, right? So product feedback is actually more valuable to you than the money initially. That's what we feel, right? That's why we if you like I just said told you, right? Like we basically started with a free product initially, right? Because we didn't want to get the money, right? We wanted to get the feedback from the users. We want to see like how they are using the content creation part which we have worked on, right? So that's how that's really that's actually super important. Like product feedback is super important. Yeah. And LTD, I think Utsav is like the guru of LTD, right?
Yeah. So
Like we have done
what
two
made you?
times.
Oh,
Yeah,
what made you decide that you want to do an LTD? I've seen a section of
Oh
founders who
man.
are absolutely against LTD, and there are some
yeah.
founders who take that LTD as a launching pad and then they grow their business. But what is your take on LTD? Why did you start? Why did you think about launching an LTD, and which one? I think there are so many, right? AppSumo, Rocket Hub, Sazilla. What made you decide on? I think Rocket Hub, right? You partnered with Rocket Hub. So yeah, what made you decide to come with partner with Rocket Hub for LTD?
Got it. Yeah, I'll go first on the why we decide to do LTD. So when we started SuperGrow, I think after 2 to 3 months, we decided, like, we started a conversation to do LTD, but then what we launched LTD actually after 7 to 8 months.
Mhm.
So this 5 months, we were just thinking whether to do LTD or not. As you said, right, there are so many founders who believe that they should not do LTD. It harms their businesses. They should focus on MRR.
Mhm.
We were also on the same mindset,
Mhm.
which is somewhat true and which is somewhat false as well.
Mhm.
So that's what we did. We pondered upon it for 5 months, and then finally we decided that let's do it LTD. And the reason being behind doing this LTD was we saw that so many of our users, like not our users, but our targeted users, were coming to us and asking for lifetime deal.
Oh.
When we tried to pitch them the monthly plan or the subscription plan, right?
Mhm.
They're saying no, we just want LTD. We are LTD people, and we just buy LTD softwares. We don't do subscriptions, and hence we again discussed,
Mhm.
and then we thought that, hey man, this is something like LTD people will buy LTD only,
Yeah. Yeah.
whether we should do it or someone else will do it,
Mhm.
like in a
Oh,
similar
yeah.
domain,
Absolutely. Yeah.
right? So that's why we thought let's do it and cater those customers,
Mhm.
not just for the sake of money, but let's take a bunch of initial customers who can give us really good feedback, because we, like, based on past experience, we know LTD people are really blunt when it comes to sharing the feedback,
Giving
Correct.
feedback.
Oh,
giving us
Yeah.
feedback.
absolutely. They roast you. They roast you if you are not,
Exactly.
if you are not shipping the products on time, or if you are if there is even a minor support issue and you have not responded to the support request. So that brings me to another question. Like, usually LTD deals do not involve that kind of support, right? Like, we tend to not give support in LTD as compared to MRR, because but how did you, in that entire your LTD journey, how did you manage support, or were you giving support or not giving support? What have you decided?
Oh yeah, support is like a non-negotiable thing for us,
Mhm.
to be honest.
Yep.
Be it LTD or subscription or whoever, right?
Mhm.
Be it our friend as well or
Mhm.
our enemy as well. We give support to everyone. That's our motto. Like, for our users, we do not see whether the user is coming from LTD
Yep.
or subscription. If they ask a question, it's our responsibility to answer them and help them. So
That's
that was very clear from the beginning.
mhm. Okay. So how did you differentiate then from your LTD users with your MRR users? Like, why should a person come and join you in your MRR rather than take an LTD?
I think I'm not sure how to answer this, but LTD was a one-time opportunity for our users to grab a good deal for SuperGrow,
Mhm.
which is gone now. So now there is no option for the users to go, like, no options other than subscription. They'll have to purchase subscription only.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
there. If you offer for a very limited time, and then after, so if my understanding is correct, when you were doing the LTD, you did not promote your MRR, is it? So basically, there's no difference. It's just that you targeted in terms of users. There are LTD users, and then there are people who want to pay monthly. So, like, for example, Uber suggests us these two
Hmm.
plans. One is they have an ongoing running LTD, and then they have an MRR as well. So I believe you guys are following that concept. It's as well, but you have not continued the LTD. You have stopped it now. So if my understanding is
True.
correct, this is what basically the takeaway is, that there are different LTD customers who needs to be catered, and then there are customers who need to be catered in terms of MRR. Correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Great.
True.
So I
Yep.
I, I
Yep.
remember seeing one of your posts where you said that you made almost around 80K in revenue through LTD. Is it?
I wish we had, but yeah, it was 60K.
60K, sorry, sorry.
65, 65K,
My
yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
My
60,
bad, yeah.
65.
But
No
65K
worries.
is not a bad number.
Yeah.
It's a huge super number. How did Rocket Hub help you? I just want like for our viewers, for our listeners to understand how can LTD like choosing the right partner can help you in getting these numbers, right? If you want, if your primary focus could be like, raising some capital in terms of you're starting to get a launching pad. So how does your, like, when you decided that you want to go with Rocket Hub, what were you thinking of, what were you planning, and what discussions like made you, helped you finally realize that okay, I'll go with Rocket Hub? And yeah.
Yeah. First of all, we don't want to sell SuperGrow at 39 or 49. That was the primary reason to not go to AppSumo or any other platform.
Mhm.
Uh, Apart from that, the commission between the partner and the software provider like us, right? We need to be maintained. Like we should get decent amount of money that we do via lifetime deals. So that was second reason. Apart from that, we find Rocket guys really helpful and founders friendly.
Yeah, yeah.
So right when you go to AppSumo, you will see that people people are just users who are buying LTD are complaining about their softwares that they bought, and I've seen so many softwares are shutting down after doing LTDs, which you don't want to do it, right? Hence, we don't want to start our pricing at 39.49. We want to price higher, and apart from that, we also saw that Rocket Hub as a platform has some genuine users, and they are also focusing more on agency and team compared to individual users. So that was also the primary reason of doing with these guys. And what else, Devin, if you could?
I think I I think Charlie, because of Charlie, right? Like
Charlie, yeah.
Yeah,
the
Charlie's a
founder
yeah,
the founder of Rocket Up, right? Like he's an amazing person. Like initially when we basically we were in touch with him for like 8 months ago. Like we started talking to him
yeah,
way early, right? And he has been throughout the journey has been like helping us with a lot of different things, right? So for example, during the launch, he helped with us dealing with the customer support, right? Like he basically was there, like he's and his team was there to basically answer the queries which were raised by people, right? And at the same time, he also helped us like with Product Hunt launch, right? He basically posted about us in multiple groups,
yeah,
and that actually also helped us, right? So he basically actually focuses a lot on the founder rather than the product itself. He basically builds relationship with these founders, and after that only like I feel he finalizes whether he wants to continue whether he wants to launch the product on his product on his platform or not, right? So he actually liked us, and we also liked him because he was very helpful. Like he gave us
yeah,
feedback on the product way early, right? He also like sometimes like a lot of our users used to complain about a lot of different things. He basically jumped in, he helped us reply there, right? So I
So
think,
yeah, I mean, I think,
and
yeah,
also like
that's
he basically gives that personal touch, right? Like if you're going to launch on other platforms, right? Like I don't think you will get that personal touch. Like he
correct.
basically added us to his Slack, right? We are basically constantly connected to his Slack, right? He is there, like his team is there. If we need any help, he can basically he will like his team and or he will be there to help us, right? So there is a like a direct communication medium. Like there is a channel which we can use to get this feedback or maybe like get his help, right? So uh, I think it was a no-brainer, to be honest. Like all of the other factors which
yeah,
Utsav said are there, but it was totally no-brainer to basically why
Yeah,
wouldn't we go?
see,
Like he's
even
giving us that
yeah, I've
personal
been
touch,
seeing,
right?
yeah,
Like
I've been seeing a lot
yeah,
of founders now, choosing Sazilla or Rocket Hub just because of this personal connection and the way the founders are actually helping them in throughout the process. It's just not that okay,
yes,
we have taken your product details, we'll launch it. Not just that, they are actually helping it throughout the process in customer support
yes,
sessions also. I mean, I've seen Charlie being really active and representing the company
yes.
as if it's his own company. So I
Exactly.
yeah,
found it
Yes.
very
Yes. He basically he helped us before launching the product. He helped us during the launch of the product, and he is helping us even now,
yeah.
right? So like the relationship is still there, right? Like so, I don't think we can get it anywhere like on any other platform.
So I
right?
also saw
So
your product hunt launch also was very amazing. I mean, you guys ranked first and with a very close competition with the other competitor. But so how was that for you? Was it very jarring because there was a lot of comments coming and you had to respond to them quickly or something? And how was it? Or was it
so
very,
so
very
we have
stressful
been like,
or anxiety? I want to know. I mean, like, was it very stressful at that one full day and night?
so it was tiring. That day was tiring, to be honest. But when we like get to like number one, right? Like I don't know, like I was really happy. So I actually forgot anything else. Like I was really happy we got to number one. We are like number one product of the day. So it was really tiring. And we actually to be honest, like we didn't put that much effort, which I saw like a lot of people put on Twitter. Like they basically reach out to, they do cold DMs like 2 to 3 weeks before they start doing cold DMs, cold
Yeah.
emails, right, and all those stuff, right? We followed a simple philosophy, right? What we wanted to uh, prioritize getting the feedback from the users, right? That was the number one priority, to be honest, right? Like getting to number one product of the day, number one product of the week is actually a byproduct, right? Ultimately, what you want to do is you want to acquire customers and get their feedback so that you can build better product, right? So that was our initial goal, right? So we basically started preparing for the product hunt launch like 8 months ago, to be honest, right? Like we have been preparing, like we have been working on the product. Like we basically delayed a lot of. We actually wanted to launch in last October. Then we delayed it till like let's launch it after LTD. Then we wanted to launch it on January. Then we thought like let's launch it on February, right? So we actually delayed it. But yeah, like there are two sides to it. One is basically getting the process right. Like say for example, getting the details like what should be the tagline, what should be the image. And the promo is also very important, right? Like the promo which you give, right? So what you want is you want to basically get as many people as you want to get to your product and try your product, right? So we gave this like we gave our product for $1 for 1 month, right? So we get a lot of signups, a lot of users actually subscribe to our product, right? So that was actually very important. The other thing is like we basically we are very active so Priyanka, like there are two things if I say, right, why we are successful today, right? So there are two things, right? One is like our customer support. Like we basically care a lot about our users, right? And the second part is obviously like we iterate very fast on everything, like on product, on landing page, right? We do a lot of changes almost every week, right? So these are two things which I attribute to our success, right? Like customer support and also the product, right? So because our customer support was so good, like each one of our customers and users, they were
Mhm.
actually happy to support us during the launch, right? We actually just told them ki, hey, we are launching on Product Hunt. Why don't you give us feedback, or like why don't you support us, right? So
So
they
this
basically
your
joined.
existing
Yeah,
customers is what you're saying. You
existing customers.
Oh,
Yes, existing customers. So they basically come. And also like uh, we have been very active on this whole Hindi hackers community, right? We post a lot. We have sort of created a small
come.
community for ourselves, right? So they are really helpful, like people like Neil, people like there are like a lot of people like who
Yeah.
basically are sort of I don't think we will be able to do. We could have like achieved like product of the day without them, right? So there are a lot of people who actually helped us. Like they basically become our cheerleader, right? They actually
And I think
started posting about
indie hacker community itself is a very, like
yeah,
everybody
Yeah.
like tries to help each other out, and there's no bad blood or anything of that sort.
exactly,
And there's no
yes, and it's
expectations
actually
also,
true.
I believe, which is
Yeah,
very
it's like
yeah.
I think that's the whole point of community, right? You're like you are not thinking like what you will get out of it. You are thinking about what you can give to the community, right? So and later maybe in future you might get something out of it, right? So that was the second part. Third part was basically we reached out to this hunter like Rohan. Like he's pretty amazing person, right? Like I think everybody knows about him in the community, right? In the product community, right? So we reached out to him. He really liked our product. right? I gave a demo. They gave a demo. He liked the product. He agreed like, okay, I will help you, give you the support which you need, right? So like I think like it was because of multiple reasons why we reached there, right? Like but I think it was really amazing. I actually was really surprised ki, like how much help each community member, each indie hacker, or like each person who follows on Twitter is actually helping us to get to like number one product of the day, right? It was really amazing to see everyone like just joining hands. Like I was telling Utsav that day, right? It feels like we are fighting someone and everybody is basically with us.
With you, yeah, right, absolutely.
Right?
That is, even I saw
Right?
it on Twitter. Everybody was, promoting, helping
Yeah.
SuperGrow to be the number one product of the day, which was absolutely.
Yeah. So it was absolutely like mind blowing. Like I actually didn't
Also, the
anticipate. Like
underlying aspect is, I believe, the product concept and the product itself. If the product is worth,
yeah,
taking it to a mass user level, then yes, everybody will come. And of course, there is this community membership, community thing, feeling that everybody has. But I believe underlying concept is basically the product. If the product is really good, that everybody wants to, like, let's promote this product so that it uses mass.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually a very good point. Like so we were competing with a founder who had like more than 100,000 followers on Twitter, right? Even then we were able to like get to number one, right? We were competing like they were second, we are first, right? So we were able to get to number one product of the day, right? So actually you are right. Like even if you have like a huge community backing you, but if the your product is not doing what it's supposed to do, right? It's if it is not helping certain class of people, right? You won't be able to get to that number one spot, right? That's what I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So what is next for SuperGrow? Where do you see in the next 3-4 months?
Okay. So
Another
we are
successful launch somewhere.
no, actually we are meeting next month. Like we haven't met, by the way. Like me and Sir haven't met.
Yeah.
So we
Oh.
are meeting next month in person, right? So like that time, like we have like 2-3 days. We will do some fun stuff. At the same time, we also figure out like what do we want to do next in Supergrow. But I think like it's going to be on the similar lines, right? Heads down, just execute. I
Mhm.
think that's what we have been doing so far, and that's what we will do,
So for your
right? So
MRR, are you guys planning any content marketing or SEO or anything of that sort that you plan to do, or what do you suggest like should be the way forward in terms of getting more MRR? Because I believe that is what you are focusing on right now.
sure, sure. I think they are like our like we are right now like we basically hired a marketing person,
Mhm.
and he is going to help us. Like so, I think next focus is going to be improve. Like our conversion rate is not great. Like we're getting a lot of users, but like these users are not getting converted to pay it, right? So that is going to be the first priority. Like we will basically spend he's going to probably spend his time most of his time next couple of months on improving that number. That's one thing. Yeah. And I think like still now this influencer marketing has been working really great for us, right? Like we have like few influencers who basically post about us a lot. So I think
Oh,
we will double down on that. Yeah.
yeah, and I think because
So
it's a social media tool itself, so influencers would be a great aspect of your marketing analogy and theory.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So
Yep.
thanks, Devin, thanks, Utsav. We are in the last segment, which is rapid fire questions. All right. I just want you
Okay.
Oh my God.
to, yeah, you have to be very rapid and you have to be like, you can't be diplomatic and all right. So it's a just
Okay.
only few questions are there. So, but you guys, both of you have to say one by one. All right. So I'll start.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'll start the timer. Okay.
Utsav will go first.
Okay.
Yeah, you can decide whoever wants to go first. All
Cool.
right.
I'm
Okay.
ready.
So I'm starting the rapid fire questions. Your first question is $5,000 MRR or $50,000 in LTV?
5,000 MRR.
David?
Yeah, 5,000 MRR. Like this is like very simple.
Okay. So now the next question. Rate in order of preference these indie hackers. Peter Levels, Arvid Kahl, Danny, Alex West, Rob Whaling.
Okay.
So we have to rank them.
Rank them, yeah, in order of your preference, choice, or how inspired you are. I'll repeat
I
again.
forgot the name actually.
Peter Levels, Arvid Kahl, Danny, Alex West, Rob Whaling.
Okay, first is Danny, second Arvid, and like rest three.
Okay, and what about you, Devin?
Same. Like Danny, second Peter level, and third Arvid, and rest same. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Your elevator pitch in one sentence.
Grow your audience on LinkedIn without spending much time.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Do you have anything separate or the same thing, Devin?
It's same. Like we have actually we have actually used this like 1,000 times.
Yeah, and we should not have different lines.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is why I checked that. Anyways, next question. If you were the CEO of Product Hunt, what would you improve or change?
Oh man. I'll probably open up how product ranks, right? I'll share openly what sort of things matter when it comes to launching on Product Hunt, and how as a Product Hunt we prioritize products. That's what I do.
Okay, interesting. And what about you, Devin?
And I will create a separate section for bootstrap startups.
Oh wow, that's much needed.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like you cannot compete with like funded
all the
startups.
funded startups.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And promoting also. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Your next question: lifetime deals, yay or nay?
Oh, depends. But yeah.
No diplomat. You have to choose between yay or nay.
Yeah.
Okay, Devin.
Yeah.
I would recommend.
Yeah.
You're just following his answers, huh?
No. Like
No,
these answers are the same, right?
Yeah.
Bringing
Like,
that's the
solidarity.
synergy.
Bringing the team solidarity. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Your last.
Like actually, my answer was also it depends, right? Like when you want to prioritize getting the feedback, like see,
Yeah, exactly.
you can get the you should definitely do LTD. But like if you are a mature product, like I don't think like you need to do LTD. Is what I feel. Yeah.
And your last question: rate the following competitors. Your competitors.
Oh my God.
Tapilo, Carousel Hero, CreatorBook.io, and TypeGrow.
Oh, I haven't heard any of them, so I won't prioritize any of these products. Yeah, we don't look at competitors, to be honest. We look at our users.
Okay, that's amazing. Do you have any choice of do you have any ranking in terms of whatever? I mean,
Like
good, bad.
Yeah. By the way, I haven't heard like most of them. Like to be honest with you, like I haven't heard about most of them. But they are like shitty. Like all others are shitty.
All others are shitty. All right. I think it was fun. Thank you so much. But otherwise, who would you rate as your biggest competitor as of now?
SuperGrow.
Yeah.
SuperGrow versus SuperGrow. Wow.
Yeah, we're competing with ourselves. We want to
absolutely.
be better
That should be the spirit. Amazing. That was the best answer.
Like if we fail, like to be honest, if we fail, we will fail because of us, not because of anybody else.
So
exactly.
True. Absolutely great. So it was really fun chatting with both of you. And
same, yeah.
Likewise.
Anyways, just to wrap everything up, what advice do you have for new and upcoming bootstrap founders?
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
When you're deciding your idea, right, I would suggest figure out distribution as well. Don't just go and start building a product without thinking of your GTM or distribution, right? Think of getting paid from day one when you start thinking of idea. That's what I would suggest to new and upcoming indie hackers.
Absolutely great. What about you, Devin?
Yeah, I think like I would say don't take advice from people who are like 10 miles ahead of you, right? Take advice from people like who are like probably next doing like who are like first or
The same
second step
journey.
ahead of you, right? In the same journey, or maybe like one or two step ahead of you, right? So, say for example, don't take advice from Peter Levels, right?
I'm not sure if
Right?
he's going to give me advice though, but still one can try.
Yeah, like no, like why I'm saying this is
Agree.
because like he's posts a lot of interesting stuff. So, and I've seen a lot of people like just blankly, like they will just blindly start following his advice. So that's what I'm saying. Like just like you need to understand
Understand where
your
you
own
are,
context,
Hmm.
right? Because everything is contextual, right? Like
Correct.
advice and what everything is contextual, right? So right, so yeah, like understand what are the strong points and just double down on that, right? So yeah.
Got it. Amazing. Absolutely. It was really fun chatting with you. I personally got to learn a lot from both of you, and I hope our listeners will also be able to learn a lot from both of you. So, thank you. Thank you so much for taking out the time. Thank you, all of you, for tuning in and staying with us until the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. This particular episode was brought to you by Product Logs, a customer feedback management platform where you can centralize all your feedback collection and management efforts in one place, and also plan and publish your roadmaps and change logs with your users. So, I will see you until my next episode is out. Until then, please do subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye.